Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Lovely to see you. It's the Yessave Tuesday coaching, and this is part 2 about referrals. And I'm really glad that I decided to do this because I've got something dynamic, amazing to share with you. I am so damned excited, it's not true. And as I've just said off the computer, an old dog like me can still learn some new tricks. Okay, now I'm pretty good at getting referrals. Probably of my 700 odd customers, I would say possibly 50% of them have come from referrals. But a lot of mine come from the act of when I'm doing the presentation and the rapport that I'm building. And then I do things like I often go back and maybe help them with stuff, perhaps setting the router up, setting up their cashback cards. Not everybody can do this, can they? Yeah. Now, on that score, it tends to be a lot of the elderly that can't do these things. And perhaps I've got to admit that I'm of a certain age. In fact, in 2 months' time, the Beatles wrote a song about my age when I'm 64. And so I suppose in a way it's starting to make me feel a little bit older. But what I will say to you is, as good and probably adept as I am, my Achilles heel is social media. I can't do this stuff. I'm no good at any of this. And have you ever decided that you're no good at something, so you don't even attempt? Can I say that's me? All right, it's me. Which is not a very good thing, is it? Because I purport personal development and growing, and we don't grow in the comfort zone, only in the adventure zone. And so I suppose really I've not really followed my own teaching until this week. So there is a gentleman in the network. He's kind of controversial. He won't mind me saying that. His name is Leon Warner. He's a senior group leader, 1 star. He's got about 670 customers, doing pretty good. But I've watched Leon develop and grow. And I am a person that believes we can all grow if we wish to. And one has to give credit where it's due. And this man has changed his tune from the early days, where he was excuse the expression, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. In the door, out the door, take the deal, go. Okay? Not anymore. I have seen Leon change and talk about building relationships, which is something I've been banging on about for ages and ages. And Leon has taken it further. And he's adapted to some modern ways of doing things. Now, I have been sitting on this, possibly for 2 years. I hate to admit it. I've even had Mr. Steve Critchley say to me, Lisa, why don't you do the same as Leon? And I said, well, could that person please mute? That's just come in, Margaret Barton, if you don't mind. Um, so, yeah, Mr. Critchley has said, Lisa, why don't you do what Leon does? And I said, oh, Steve, you don't want me spending hours and hours fuffing around, making a broadcast list. I've got 700 of the people, for crying out loud. How long is that going to take me? So now I'm going to share with you how long it took me. And I feel really guilty. It took me an hour and a half. Oh, crikey, an hour and a half of my time. Yes, it was a bit laborious sitting there with my phone, messing around, looking at names. Oh, is that a part? Well, I know the difference between partners and non-partners, but I have got lots of prospects that aren't yet customers. Okay. No for nows, yes for laters. So it was studying this, and I may have not got everybody in yet. But what I didn't know was that a broadcast list through WhatsApp can hold 256 names. That's a lot. That's much more than a normal group chat. And I didn't realise how easy it would be. Oh gosh, I hate to admit this. So I I kind of devised what I thought I would say because my first thoughts were, in fact, I complicated this. Am I allowed to share my vulnerability? Am I allowed to share that I get things wrong? Is that okay? I had this idea that what I would have to do is ring each and every person and ask their permission to put them in. Well, of course, that would have taken hours, wouldn't it? Days, weeks, possibly. Well, Leon said, no, you haven't got to do that. Lisa, just do a really nice little piece and it will go out to them all. They don't know, anyone else doesn't know each other. And if they respond, they're responding back to you as if it's personal and nobody else sees their responses. So nobody knows about each other. And I thought, okay, he says I can do this. So I'm going to share what I wrote. Okay, because it took me a little while and I did adapt it a few times and I decided to use some emojis because that gives it a little bit of pizzazz. So I'm going to share my screen and just so I can also say to you all, um, broadcast lists don't come up on the main computer. I don't know why, but they only come up on the mobile. So I've moved this into a little chat that's it's called Lisa Wi-Fi, and it's where I practice things. So I am happily going to send this out to you. Okay. So it says, hi, I've decided it's time I modernised my personal caring customer service with a few little things. Purple heart, of course. I'm setting up a special WhatsApp channel. No one else will see what I may post to you, where occasionally, maybe only once every few months, you'll receive some information, useful information that will benefit you. Maybe the regulator or industry have awarded UW with accolades or endorsements. Or maybe something really great will benefit you. Something new is brought in to save you more money or time. Or I can see it would be good to make a slight improvement to your services with UW. And then I've put little icons for each of the services. The one thing I promise not to do is bombard you with loads of unnecessary messages. Praying hands. I'm just out to keep in touch when it's important and it matters for you. Kindest Lisa Ware. Now, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to say to you that possibly I think that, well, I know, I know it's okay because I've actually set up 3 of them. They're called Super Customers Broadcast, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, because I've obviously got a lot. Now, when finally I sent, I never expected what happened. And last night was probably one of the most exciting evenings I've had in a very long time. No disrespects to my husband, Juan. So what happened was, oh gosh, I have never known my phone ping so much. It pinged and it pinged, and there were messages, and there were thumbs ups, and there were hearts, and there was, oh, it just blew me away because I had this vision of, oh my God, I've really done it now. This is it. I'm going to lose them all. but I haven't. And so what I've decided I'm going to do is share with you some of the responses. Can I also share? This is amazing. It's amazing to me, as you can hear. I've got 3 appointments from it, which I didn't expect. And Leon said, don't expect anything. It takes time because it's relationship building. Now, the one thing I'm good at, I know I'm good at, is relationship building, and it's genuine. And my customers, when I go to see them and I sign them up, it usually starts off as a kind of a handshake on the door. But by the time I leave, it's hugs. All right. So, um, 3 of them, I didn't expect that. Now, one of them is from a lady that's been with me. In fact, I'm going to share all this because otherwise, hang on, I can find this one on my phone rather than fuff around there. So she's got an unusual name, and her name is Velda Comben. It's German, but she's not. And she's the most amazing woman, one of those people that kind of like ignites you. She's now 90 and she still drives around in a Morgan. She belongs to a motor organization, you know, one of these. She does track days and all of that. Hey, my kind of lady. But there she is in her, you know, when I met her, which was 15 years ago, you know, she was 75. And here she is 90. So what happened was that I sent this out and she wrote back, lovely to hear from you, Lisa. Give me a call. So I did. She said, I've got a grandson called Jack. And Jack's just moved into a flat in Weymouth. And he tried to do all this himself online. And then he got really, really ratty because the AI just didn't want to perform the way he expected. And actually, he quite likes the idea of a bit of personal customer service. Would you mind, Lisa, going to see him? So it turns out, now hear this, Jack is young, he works. I'm going to see him actually at 7:30 tonight. Um, but he is a tenant. But I wouldn't refuse a tenant that's come from a referral because I think that's downright rude. And the last time this lady referred was 15 years ago. So, like, you know, why would you? But why am I going to see him? Well, because I know, wait for it, I'll let you know if I do. I'm going to sell him everything. I'm going to give him everything. He's going to have broadband, mobile, energy, the lot, the cashback card. And I think he's going to become a partner. Oh, the bets are on. Now, some of you will go, really? Yeah, I think so, because I had a nice chat with him. And I think so. Yeah. And I've decided because obviously dear Velda won't get a £50 referral. She only lives round about what, 10, 15 minutes away. I'm taking her a box of my chicken's eggs. And she thinks that's wonderful. Yeah, fair dues. It's called building relationships. So there's the first one. Now, the second one blew me away too, because this lady has been with me since February 2005, 20 years. And in for me, we are almost like great mates. She has possibly referred me 40 times. I've I've had every business that she ever had sign up. Burfield mini coaches, 2 post offices, blocks of flats, her sons, daughter, sister, cousins. It just goes on, and friends. And she calls me one of her important 5. So in the world, she says there are 5 people that matter, and I'm anything to do with utilities. And what happened? She got this. And she just rang me instantly and said, Lisa, I've got another one for you. Get your pen out. And we're doing that on Zoom on Friday. It's another property. There you go. Would that have happened? Not sure, because she tells me that she's actually it's exchanging on Monday, which is the 31st. So she's kind of left it a bit late with me. I don't know. Who can say? But anyway, she did. So there we are. There's another one. So I want to share some of these incredible messages because I think we could all get worried, as I did. And I just thought this is so important. So what I have done since this, they've received this. All right. I've put a huge mention for us all. And if you didn't know before, an unparalleled award, UW is awarded both which recommended energy provider and which recommended broadband provider, in addition to the citizen advice best supplier with the least complaints and best ISP, internet service provider, with the least dropouts and more. And then I've put on there these. Last year's one as well. So everybody has received that. Now, let's show you some of what's been going on. So let's just bear with me, guys. Right, Paul Ruderhoff. Here we go. I wouldn't go anywhere else. It's not just the quality of service or the low prices, it's the consistency. I hope you're well. Kind regards, Paul. Now, guys, what I want to share with you is a little something else here. Let me just move you lot out of the way. Sorry. I've put, hi, Paul, because this was last night, as you can. Oh, no, it's this morning. Sorry. Hi, Paul. Oh, that's really great to hear your viewpoint. I hope you're keeping well too. UW awards keep coming. Are you, in bold, recommending UW to family and friends, colleagues and neighbours? You'll receive £50 per referral from UW and your referee will receive £50 too. Win-win. But they must be seen by me, your UW partner. Or call me if you want to know how about being part of the Free Energy Club. And I don't know if you noticed, can you see that he's put a little red heart? Yeah. Now, Paul has given me 2 in the past. And Paul came from Homebase. Just before the whole lockdown thing happened. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, no, sorry. 9th of April, 2019. All right. Now, let's just go to another one. I want to show you because this is great stuff. Oh, Pamela Brooks, there's one. She put, thank you, Lisa. All sounds good, Pam. Pam's referred me once, and she was a referral from a lady called Sandra Burdett that came from the artisan fair that I did with Kevin. Okay. Let's show you another one. Oh, here we are. Gay and Edwin Watkins. Guys, these are the customers you want. I'm going to say this. This one earns me about £25 a month. It's huge. And they've only got electric broadband and 2 mobiles. Thanks, Lisa. Looking forward to positive updates. There you go. Now, this is the magic one. Oh, this is magic. This is Patricia Porter. So I sent this out. Now, I want to share this. It says, thank you, Lisa. I hope you're well. I do remember when you came to explain UW to Morris and I some 20 years ago. I'm still satisfied with my service and will especially look forward to hearing from you with helpful information and the benefits if there are any. Best wishes to you, Pat. Right, I'm going to stop the share and explain this. I rang her. This is what Leon says, and I believe in it. I rang her. she was bowled over to have a chat with me because I was really upset when Morris died about 10 years ago. Yeah, similar time to me losing Chris. And we had a good old natter. And I said, do you know what, Pat? I think it's time I came over to you. Good excuse to drive to Lyndhurst. I said, I haven't been over that way for a while. It'd be rather nice. And I said, how would you like a nice box of eggies? I said, I've got chickens that are organic fed. And she laughed. She said, oh, I'd love a box of eggs. So on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'm going to see her. Now, why am I going to see her? Well, I know she's never had her mobile with UW. She's got the phone, the broadband, she's got the energy, she's got home insurance, but she hasn't got mobile. And I'm not doing it just for that. I'm doing it because she lives in a block of 8 apartments that are luxury. These all sell for about 1.5 million each. They're good. They earn me about £15 a month. I've got 2 already. I'm after the others. But I'm after because some may have changed hands and there could be younger people in there, right? That just might want to earn some money. And you're thinking, what? They live in apartments like that? Oh, yes. Because I tell you this, I've learned that enough is never enough for the wealthy. They always want more. That's why they are where they are. And they're the great ones because they're not desperate. Yeah. And she referred me to a guy across the green, Goose Green, it's called in Lyndhurst, a guy called Mr. Woolley. And Mr. Woolley, I've got his and his Lake District home. And then he referred me to next door. And what you're hearing is, I mean, 20 years is a long time. Guys, if you're on this quip, come off it. If you've done 6, please come off it. This is nuts. It averages out at about £4.44 a month they're giving you. Okay. A lot of mine are paying me 10, 15, 20 and more a month. So 20 years, I worked hers out. I said to my husband that this one's been paying me about 13, £14 a month. That's a lot of money. 12 months a year for 20 years for doing the work once, and it hasn't stopped. So this is the other side to emphasize to you, really important. Yeah, because quip is all very well, but it's exchanging one job for another. And you start the month at 0, just as you do in a job. And those of you, and we've got a few here, so Roz, Kev, Lindsay, Steve and Val, they've got reoccurring royalty passive income. And it's amazing. It really is amazing. Okay. So there's number 3. And do you know what I consider? Well, who knows what might happen? I might get some more calls today. But I mean, there's a lot. I could share more with you, but let's share this one because you'd go, oh my God, no, this is a negative. No, it's not. Let me show you. So this is Russell Watkins, no relationship to Gay and Edwin. Now, this was a referral from a chap who sadly I went to his funeral in January. His name is Bob B. Probably my best customer ever. I cannot even tell you how many referrals, and the whole family knew me. And when I turned up at the funeral, in fact, I was chatting to loads of them because I'd signed them up. Now, Russell Watkins was one of these referees from him. But I want to show you when I sent this out, what happened. Look. Hi, Lisa. Just to keep you updated, I am no longer with UW as they could not provide fibre options. I hope your new venture works well for you and thank you for your support. So guys, guess what I did? I went on the fibre checker, and this is what I wrote back. Hi Russell, thank you for your feedback. I perfectly understand. UW now have speeds up to 900 megabits per second all round the roads near you. I just signed up a large house for 900 on the Ringwood Road, literally round the corner from you. They're connecting houses through City Fibre and Openreach with 6 months free of the 18-month term. So that works out at 900 megs at an average of £22.22, 500 at 19.44 and 100 at 18.66. Given all these fabulous endorsements recently, I'll let you know when the fibre to the premises is available to you. Kindest Lisa. So I send him this stuff. Okay. And now, oh, where is it? There was something else. It had come in. Hang on, hang on. Why has it not come on my computer? I'll tell you what it was. Let me share. It came in. He said, marvellous. As soon as fibre to the premises, I'll love to come back. How to turn. Yeah. And do you know something I know in business? If you turn round a negative to a positive, it's stronger a positive than it ever was before. You know the old adage, look after, it's easier to keep an existing customer than to gain a new one. And bit controversial at 1659, but I'll say our head office could learn a thing or two about that. All right. But what I will say is that there are people like Leon and myself and many SGLs. Leon is shouting from the rooftops to them that they actually don't do any advertising to our existing customer bases. It's all left to us. Well, do you know what? That's a bit daft, isn't it? Seeing as they've got access to everybody. Yeah. So this could change. But what I want to say to you is, I know I've kind of centered on this, but I want to share. I didn't expect this. I thought it was going to take hours. I thought it was going to be really hard work, and it's not. So if I can do it with 700, God knows you guys can. Unmute, ask some questions. I can see Fran's dying to jump in there. Unmute yourself. That's it. Hi, Fran.
Hi, just to let you know, I've booked myself on a networking masterclass tomorrow night, 7 till 8 on UW to do with networking because I'm like you, that's the one thing I don't do. Do 20Ks, I do neighbourhood letters, I do friends and family and all the rest, but I don't do anything on networking.
Yeah.
So I'm on
Love
that
you.
tomorrow night. Yeah,
And,
brilliant.
and I've just recently only just gone back into business networking, formal business networking. I've joined a Rotary club, the Verwood Rotary, because I've been doing the Verwood Rustic Fair for donkey's years. Could be something like 18 or 19 years. And my business actually does support the Rotary Club. It's one of my charities. Yeah. So I decided to join them. Now I've just signed up last week, my very first member. It was like a crucial one, really important, as you would understand, because the whole point of it is that we make ourselves referable to the people they know and vice versa. So, in fact, one of the ones I was going to talk about, her name is Linda Comerford, and she came from 2 years ago, the Rustic Fair, and she responded on that and said, how lovely to see that you done. No, her words are, how lovely to see I'm with the best provider for energy and broadband. Can I ask you questions, Lisa? That's what she put. And I said, yeah, of course you can. And I was expecting loads, but they haven't come in. So look, guys, if you haven't done this, I'm going to compel you to do it. It's not difficult at all. It's really, really easy. And if you would you like my little script? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, please.
do you know what? Your customers ain't going to know that it's someone else. And you could kind of tweak it to your language a bit more, because
Yeah.
probably mine's a bit girly, bit lovey-dovey, maybe. So was that useful?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
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 I am so kind of like, I feel full of life, because it's like, oh wow, another avenue. And I know that the best business is referral business.
Yeah.
Totally. Always has been, always will be. Yeah. So yes, a really good thing came out of it. And I have thanked Leon Warner. I thanked also the other day Claire Bracey in our group. And I said the same thing. I'm an old dog that can learn new tricks. And she came out with a couple of phrases that I thought were tremendous about using the benefits. And you know, if there's a real positive to UW, it's this. There are lots of us that care and we share. And there are not many businesses that do that kind of thing. They're often against each other. When I was in corporate world, it was very much all for yourself, not terribly nice. Certainly when I was in sales, business to business, that was very cutthroat. But this is different. And the more that I can help you guys, even when you're not in my team, doesn't matter. It helps everybody, which increases the share price, which then kind of like puts us up more in the limelight. And we want some more of these incredible endorsements, don't we?
Sure do.
So I don't know what next week's going to be about. If you've got any ideas, drop me a line if there's something you'd like to talk about. But I want to deal with stuff where it's stuff that you can actually do and get good results from. Okay. See you all next week.
Lisa.
Sleep
Thanks,
late.
Thanks, Lisa.
Appreciate
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
it.